You're watching UMAMI.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Okay. Working on my new series today. Got some stuff planned for next week as well. I have a EP coming out, or it's actually 5 tracks long. Recorded some live violin and viola and acoustic guitar and live piano too. So that's coming out probably, I think it's the 28th or Friday, and that'll be coming out on Spotify the same day, so you can listen to all that stuff. Music I've been working on basically over the year. I think I started the EP around episode 20 of Interface, so it's been about 6 months maybe, I guess. Yeah, so I'm just going to be drawing. I have to draw this new character. This one. Standing in a, well, she's like sleeping or something, so she wakes up. So I have to, I haven't really drawn this character before, so I don't know if it's going to look very good. Oh, we'll find out later tonight when it's finished. Let's see. What made you come up with My Life is Reese's Pieces? You know, I think I distinctly remember waking up in the morning and I just sang it out, like the first line, not the whole song. And then I thought it'd be pretty funny for an animation, so I hit up the Minute Hour, a different YouTube channel, and asked if he wanted to collaborate on that. I think he like wrote the rest of the song and then sang it. I forget exactly what happened. But it was funny because I basically just emailed him. He was like down for it immediately. He like sang the song out and everything. That's typically how my animations go. There's something spontaneous just happens, and can't really plan things out too much. Okay, so I don't know. This character's kind of got like swirly hair. She's gonna stand up. She's gonna kind of. Not really sure. I don't know how to draw this, honestly. Maybe I'll draw the ending pose where she's standing up and then I'll work backwards, you know? The description is a bit outdated. Yeah, I'm sure it is. I mean, there's about 1 trillion things I could be doing right now, but updating old descriptions is not really one of the things I probably get around to it some other time. It's hard to make these characters look good at low resolutions. Anyway, let's see if this even looks good at all when I'm done. Hey, Anna, thanks for the comment there. A person, I can't believe you animate in Photoshop. That is a bold move. It's the reason why I do it is because it's raster based, and I think you could achieve the pixelated effect with like Blender or something. But I also just like how simple Photoshop is to work with, and all the other more advanced stuff I do in After Effects anyway. Photoshop and After Effects work really well together, so. It's not as like challenging as it may seem. Like I'm not using MS Paint, for instance, which has like 0 animation tools. At least Photoshop has some plugins and stuff. So, Bridger Cayley, thank you for bringing light to the lunacy going on in Canada and around the world. Thanks, Bridger Cayley. I appreciate the super chat and the comment there. I mean, like 95% of people love that video, and then like 5% of people just like lost their minds that I dared question, you know, the fact that all the restrictions we have in Canada here. You know, especially a video where it's about the politics of like where I live, basically. You know, like I'm not allowed to comment on that as a resident of Quebec. It's the problem with the government here is they're just doing so much to so many things that are just making the problem worse than it needs to be. Like, for instance, we already have a housing crisis and rapid inflation, but now for the 10% of truckers that aren't vaccinated, they're not going to allow them to cross the border, so we're going to have more expensive food prices in a couple months probably. Thoughts on, you know, otherwise I know I tend to avoid politics on my channel because I know what it's like when you follow someone and it's like they post a whole bunch of shit that you don't agree with and you like lose your mind. Well, I don't lose my mind, but you know how it is with some people. And generally speaking, when you follow someone for their art, you're not really interested in their politics either. But sometimes you just can't help it, you know, when you have some asinine rules in place. Thoughts on Adobe Animate and Flash? I don't use it at all, and I'm pretty sure it's kind of out of date now. Like a lot of people, well, I don't know. I mean, I think all the shows, like television shows and stuff, they use something called Toon Boom or something like that. There's better tools out there now, and Adobe hasn't really been developing their animation suite at all. So, hold on, I just gotta turn off. Yeah, unjabbed, and yeah, I have some friends who aren't vaccinated. You know, like I'm vaccinated. I got my vaccine and felt like shit and stuff, and I don't even know if it still affected me. If you don't get your vaccine, I'm not like chastised for it, you know. Or I know personally, I feel like people are like they're just so brainwashed into thinking like into being scared and stuff over this, and I don't know. I guess I had some medical problems in the past where I came close and I didn't really. It just seems pointless to be scared over something you can't really control. If you're gonna get it, you know, you can wear your mask, you want to get your vaccine and stuff, but people now are they're basically turning against their fellow country people, you know, and it's really sad to see it happen. And, you know, that's just one of the probably 100 different things that has happened in Canada over the past maybe 4 or 5 years. Okay, that doesn't look so bad. I guess her eyes are kind of wide, far apart. Schmooky poo? I wouldn't use Animate, just Adobe Animate. I mean, if you really want to learn how to animate, I would try Blender, which is free, and look up the grease pencil tool, or try looking into Toon Boom. Honestly, I mean, it's like an industry standard, so if you know you probably have a job if you learn how to use it. Flash is like old shit, man. That's like from like 2002 and stuff. Like, I don't really think it's changed that much since then. Okay, let's see here. So, I only need to draw her from like chest up basically because she's gonna be like in a sea of flowers. So. The tracks playing from Alfonso's stereo, are there full versions or just those bits? Lego Deckard, those are full tracks, but you know what? I haven't published them anywhere, and maybe I should just put them on. I should just upload them to Spotify or whatever. You know, like I never got them mastered or anything, so maybe that's what's holding me back. So I think there's like 3 or 4 songs, including maybe 3. Including the intro sequence, so maybe I'll put those up. I don't know why I haven't done it yet. Timmy Alfonso soundtrack. They'll add one more just so there's like a little bit more consistent for an EP or something. Hello from Ukraine. Hey man. Lesky or Well, let's see. I hope things are getting pretty serious over there right now. You know. Hope you're gonna be okay. You know. Yeah, exactly, Robert. Magnus Incognito. I'm from Australia. A tsunami from the underwater volcano hit yesterday. It felt. It was felt from ages away. I like how you say the underwater volcano, like that's a normal thing to have next to your, next to where you live. Oh yeah, just it's the underwater volcano. It's just erupting and causing tsunamis. Like there's not enough things in Australia that are gonna kill me. How about an underwater volcano? My sister moved to Australia like a couple of weeks ago. So hope she didn't get hit by the underwater volcano tsunami. Learn Cinema 4D, it's universal. Yeah, man. I mean, I use Cinema 4D too for the end of interface and a lot of. But you know, I just personally I don't enjoy 3D stuff, so I actually didn't renew my yearly subscription to it. It's really expensive too. Because I figured I just like with with the safe mode. I feel with interface I took it a little bit too far sometimes with the 3D, and it kind of broke the stylistic cohesiveness of the series at times. And so with safe mode, my new rule is that it's pretty much all going to be hand drawn, almost everything. And if I do use 3D, it's probably just going to be rotoscoped or something, you know. And wow. Hey, thanks, Quake Master. I like my shirt. Oh yeah, this NASA shirt. Yeah, I bought this like a couple years ago, I think. Oh, I bought it when I went to the Ottawa Animation Festival in 2019. The Soup Sun, one of my Soup Sun videos got in there. So I was in Ottawa. And I don't know, I just saw this shirt in one of the stores. So I'm gonna just redraw that so I have like two different versions of it. And flickers it back and forth. Damn, man, I haven't heard about that tsunami. There's a tree in Australia that's covered in poisonous glass-like needles. You just touch it and shooting pain that may never go away. Isn't that a bit much? Like, what was the evolutionary trait for a tree that needed to, like, give someone lifetime pain? There must have been some crazy survival of the fittest stuff going on in Australia. The rest of the world was just kind of like, yeah, you know, we got snakes and stuff, and then Australia's like trying to creatively kill you, you know, in the most painful way possible. Umami, what animation did you watch growing up? I used to watch a lot of, well, when I was okay, I'll start when I was a kid. Like when I was really young, I used to watch a show called Rugrats. And that was a great animated show for kids. And then I used to watch a show called Rupert, which I don't know if it was Canada only or it was like this bear. This kid, I forget what it really actually what it's about. And what other animation? Then King of the Hill is one of my favorite animations of all time, really, and it just gets better when you watch it. Like when I'm watching it now, not so much when it was like airing live, but when you watch it now, you just appreciate how like just relaxed it is compared to every other form of entertainment that exists right now, like on television at least. Can't really seem to, everything's so in your face, but then you got King of the Hill and they're just talking about like Bobby, running around the house naked or whatever. Hey, hello from Gatineau. Said cool. What's up, man? Hey, I finally went snowboarding. I got my snowboard from my parents' house. So I went to this place called Mount Bruno here in Montreal. It's like half hour outside the city. Okay, so other animated shows I used to watch was, okay, you ever guys watch the show called Reboot? It was on, it was a Canadian show about these people that live inside of a computer. And it was one of the first 3D animated television shows ever made, from what I remember. I used to like that show. And actually, as it gets, like, once you get to, like, season 2, and they made, like, 2 movies afterwards or whatever, the 2 movies are, like, pretty good. Like, they're, like, I enjoyed watching them. So... Hey, Pete Upidway, thank you for the comment there. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but... Yeah, incoming game. Yeah, my favorite part of the show was when the games would come in. I think they like tried to remake it recently. They like made a reboot of Reboot, but they made it with live action people, and apparently it's like the cringiest thing ever made. So I don't know what the hell the people are thinking these days. A lot of Canadian television is just horseshit in my opinion. I don't really understand how they get the money to make the things that they do. CBC here gets way too much taxpayer dollars, and I don't know, it's like they don't know what to do with it. They like all hire people that think the same way, and then you get like really lame television shows, and that cost a lot of money to produce that nobody watches. I think like Trailer Park Boys is probably one of the most watched Canadian shows. There was this one show that they made though that wasn't so bad. It was called Mr. D. They used to film that in Nova Scotia. But they stopped making that, and it was only, I don't know how many seasons it was, but it's finished now. Bridger Kaylee, how are you gonna say a show called Rugrats makes me feel old? Like people shouldn't know what it is. Also, yes, King of the Hill is such a great show. Yeah, right. Well, I mean, I don't know, man. I'm 32 now, so like, I don't know. Like a lot of people probably haven't heard of Rugrats, which I mean, that's about anyone born after 2002 may not have really seen it, you know, because it was a kind of a 90s show. I mean, they might have had reruns of it. I think they probably did. There was a video game for that show, the Rugrats, and I remember playing that too. I think it was like a click based kind of adventure game. I can't really remember. Mammy, do you know of a game called Hollow Knight? I'm sure you like it. Hollow Knight. Hey, Gruff, no, I don't think I've heard of it. But thank you for the recommendation. I will try to, let's see. I'll check it out some other time, I guess. Alexander Kofefi. Hey, thanks, man. Umami, where do you see yourself / career 5 years from now? I don't know, man. Just kind of, I don't really think about that stuff, you know. What was I doing 5 years ago? I was starting the channel. I think it was 5 years ago, around 2017. And 5 years before that, I was editing videos for a porn company here in Montreal. 5 years before that, I was working in a parking booth in Nova Scotia to pay for my art school. So 5 years from now, I'll either be still here on YouTube drawing stuff, or maybe I'll get bored, I don't know. It's been kind of tough, honestly, doing animation for so long, because you do get burnt out after a while. And, you know, sometimes I thought, you know, maybe I'll try to pitch some show to something, some network or whatever, and try to get an animated show done. And then I think about it some more. I'm like, I don't even know if that's really what I want to do, you know? Maybe I just want to, like, make weird animations and listen to music and make music, you know? Cheers from the armpit of Ontario. We're supposed to be getting like a snowstorm tonight or something, is what I hear. And I remember the government of Ontario basically made an announcement. They're like, we're not going to report on any road closures and stuff. It's just going to be a shitstorm, so just deal with it. Mammy, do you live off of maple syrup? I don't. But I do know some people who do live off maple syrup. There's these people in Ontario that we know who own a maple syrup ranch, I guess. Super nice people. And we filmed a video about them actually and put it on our other YouTube channel that we started before I started animating. How to make maple syrup. Did you watch Smiling Friends? I liked it a lot. I actually haven't seen like the show, but I've been watching a lot of clips on YouTube, and it looks like it's very funny. So I love all the different characters. Like there's so many different characters, and I really think that they've made something that's gonna be something big. You know, just the beginning, I think. And I think it's kind of inspirational to see that there's some YouTubers out there that manage to make a network show, you know, while still maintaining some of their creative vision, because you can definitely see elements of their humor is very in the foreground. Did I miss a donation? I'm sorry, man. Let's see here. Sensormy D. Hey, dude, it's very generous of you. Appreciate that a lot. Thank you. And sorry for not seeing that earlier. I guess I got my headphones on so I can like hear notifications, but sometimes it doesn't work. From what I understand, making an animated television show is not as easy as, I mean, it's not easy at all. It's I think that Smiling Friends show must have been in development for at least 3 or 4 years, because there was kind of like this moment of silence where people were wondering what was going to happen, and the animation pipeline is not something I have any experience with at all, you know, as a person who just sits there and draws basically by himself. So you know, you'd basically have to, they would place a showrunner instead of me, most likely, like, because, you know, and they have more experience with that sort of thing. And that, you know, the only thing I'm really, you know, I when I even wrote interface and stuff, it's like I didn't write all the scripts out ahead of time. I don't know if I have that in me personally. Like I work differently creatively, so to me, to write out the scripts all in advance and have everything planned, and it just kind of kills the spontaneous nature of how I work, you know. Okay, so I got this character here. I got to put her in this field of flowers, which I've already animated. But I don't know, maybe she can just like stand up. Maybe I overcomplicate things, you know? She doesn't need to be like lying down. Well, let's see how it looks. There's somewhere in here is the middle section. Oh, I think that might be it. Let's see here. Position. That's funny. Let's see. You did some shorts for Adult Swims. It would be awesome. Hey, man. I mean, yeah. I did do some shorts for Adult Swim Smalls, and that was really cool to do. Maybe I'll do some more. I don't know. Is your hair, or is that a hood? Oh, it's a hood. You know, I stopped shaving and I stopped like cutting my hair and stuff, so I kind of look like a caveman right now. It's just it's the winter time, and I don't want to go anywhere, so. Puntino, thanks for that, man. Yeah, so that the Metaverse commercial was, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, you know, I don't see anyone like clamoring to get on the Metaverse right now. Like, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but all right, let's see here. This might be something I have to do off stream. It just requires a bit more focus. I don't like how that looks, like she just stands up. So I might have to add some actual frames like she's standing up. But you smooth it out there with those keyframes there. Actually, that's not so bad. This character is hasn't been revealed in the series yet. I like how that looks though. You know, I said I was trying to go into a more minimalist kind of style, and it's not really minimalist. I don't think that's the correct term to use. Maybe the compositions become more minimalist, but it's actually kind of a maximalist style to everything, where there's so much going on in the shot, like all these different layered colors, like the black and the white, really hard contrast, that I was compelled to put like a epilepsy trigger warning at the beginning of the episodes, because I figured it might be a little bit too much for some people, you know, possibly. I really like how that looks, like just as a single shot on its own. Like I could watch that for about 20 seconds just looking at it, you know, with the music. Like sometimes I realized, like, does it need to have this constant action of different stuff going on, or can it just be a simple composition like this, you know? You know, like if, and then I start to think, like, why not? Why can't it just be like this? You know, there's some movie directors out there that they hold on shots. They hold on shots for 45 seconds sometimes. What, you know, you guys ever see that first Solaris movie? was it Tarkovsky or whatever? I wasn't really a fan of that movie, honestly, but there's like one shot where he like films a pond for like it feels like 20 minutes. You know, why can't we do the same thing with animation? Is it because it's hand drawn? We can't have these meandering long shots, you know? I wonder. So that's one of the shots, I guess. Do you notice how art and meme field's becoming more psychedelic these years? I'd love to see you on that wave too. Yeah. Let's see here. I'm missing some of the comments. I'm going to try to go back. UMAMI, glad to see you choosing to film myself. It's awesome to see the artists behind the works like interface. Thank you, Timothy. Appreciate that, man. I've been doing live streams since I started the channel, but I haven't necessarily used a webcam. But I've been doing it for about a year, I think. There's so many like metaverse-based projects where they don't look very good, you know? Like people are like, you know, when Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, it's going to be impossible to please people, you know. Yet there's these projects on the metaverse that are like basically empty rooms that you can buy virtual real estate in, and people just fucking buy that shit up, you know. There's definitely like a bubble of enthusiasm in regards to that sort of thing, for sure. But I don't think it's going to disappear, though. I think it's something that's probably going to stay. Putino, that's a great point. Animation feels like it should retain some minimal motion, as real life still evokes motion, even during stillness. That's a really good point. You know, I also feel the same way about, it's not only just little subtle movements when you film like an actor or something, but the film grain too. They used to shoot on film. And I feel like it kind of adds something when you watch it as a movie. It kind of feels, I don't know, like it's just pleasing to look at, you know. So which is probably why I started adding digital film grain to my animations. It's kind of strange, but it like adds motion. What would be an otherwise static shot has motion still. Like this Lana character here, she's just standing here, but she does kind of move around a bit. I think that's important, I guess, for animation. Let me work on a different shot now. Oh shit, spoilers. Sorry. It's just album art for my next album EP coming out next week. Let's see here. I gotta. Oh shit! I'm showing you all this stuff. Okay, hold on. This is all I need to look at. Opening of 2001: Space Odyssey. You know, I watched that recently, and it's interesting to. It's a lot of it is just like two images. You got the Earth, and like the spaceship, whatever, and all they did was they just animated it going in a certain direction. Like the shadows don't change or anything, because they don't really have to, and it's just because there's the shadows in space. There's no atmosphere, so the shadows are like pitch black. It allowed them to make these like kind of. It allowed the realism. It just made it look real, even though it was just two pictures basically sliding. And that was a lot of the compositions. Frank Castle, do you take a break after you finish production, or you jump into the next one? Well, I'm usually working on like two things at once, and whatever one gets finished first, I'll put it out. And every time I say that I'm going to take a break, I kind of break that promise, and I start animating like a couple days, because I don't really know what to do with myself half the time. So it's, you know, otherwise I just end up wasting time. I seriously, like, if I'm not working, I'll just waste time. So here, just let me a second. I gotta get some water. Yeah, about that kind of stuff, like, I used to spend too much time just like wasted on the internet, and I'm really glad that I have animation that I can just, if I catch myself, just I'll just open up Photoshop and crap, you know, or either that or make music. It's either the two things. Robert, digital can be too perfect and sterile. When I've shot with red cameras, you can do a lot to get rid of all that digital, perfection. You know, I wonder, you know, we're making all these cameras now that are super high resolution, 8K cameras and HDR and everything. If you know how analog film has kind of gotten back in style, I wonder if there's ever going to be a way to make a digital sensor that's imperfect, and when it picks up information. I mean, we've had digital noise. We've had digital noise in the past, but it's not the same thing as film noise, because with film noise, you're still going to see the grain even if it's exposed properly. But with digital, it's like if it's underexposed, you'll see a lot of film noise and it looks like shit and stuff. I mean, you can do the same thing with film too. Underexpose it, and you'll see a lot more noise and grain than you should. But I wonder if there's going to be like a camera company out there that decides to. I don't even know if that's possible. How is that possible? It's not possible in like a purposely noisy sensor, you know? Yeah. I mean, you could always just add noise on top, a layer, you know, but that's not really organic to the medium that you're shooting on. Scrotty McBoogerballs Esquire, still trying to sell your content to my dad, who's all about the topics he touched on in Interface. Told him it's a golden standard, like a. Hey man, I appreciate that a lot. It might be hard to sell to some people that are they're not into like internet humor or like internet aesthetics and stuff, so they see like a low-res potato drawing of a crusty looking dude in a hat. They're like, what is this garbage? But I totally understand, you know. Can be hard to get into for sure. I don't even know if I'm able to draw today. I should just doodle something. Maybe you guys want to give me like something to doodle and I'll just draw it. I'll do a fan request, you know. UMAMI, you know, original creator of Pepe the Mean he's making sick animated content recently. Yeah, I think his name is Matt Fury, I think. He's making animated stuff now, I had no idea. I will have to check that out. I like how he like killed Pepe the Frog and no one cared. I remember you said the noise is a short animation. You rotate 9 degrees and so on. Oh yeah, that's so I mean I used to, when I started this animating, I made my own film grain by hand. But now I use procedurally generated film grain, which I made in After Effects. You can do that with the tool called fractal noise. Pizza delivery car, a fish smoking by the fire. I kind of like that idea. Alright, let's draw a fish smoking by the fire. I'll make this one. Is that what a fish looks like? Oh, you know what? Just leave that for now. An egg in these trying times. Hey, thanks, man. I love you too. The solutions for accurate tape emulation are pretty new thing. Would expect a video to follow suit. Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of people can be turned off just by the fact that it's pixelated, because they assume it's like it was like done because the creator doesn't know how to draw at a high resolution, or rather than the fact that it was intentionally done, possibly. It's actually not even that easy to draw pixelated anymore, because all the tools are geared for smooth lines and stuff. I bet the camera manufacturers could figure something clever out. Watch the old Walking Dead shows. 16mm film. It's crazy noisy. You can see the film grain dancing around. It's beautiful. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't necessarily like a lot of stuff on Netflix these days, but we used to subscribe to them. I'll probably subscribe to them again in the future. But if the 4K like movies, the ones that are scanned at 4K, just with the film grain, it just like looks amazing. There's that Apollo movie, Apollo 11, and there's that documentary recently about the Apollo 11 missions that was reusing old footage. And it was the document. The great thing about that documentary was there was no one talking. It was just footage of the thing happening, and it's really interesting document. It was really well done. I don't really know. I don't know about this fish, man. This fish is looking weird. Let me just redraw it. I need more space. Oh yeah, I'm liking this yeah. Fish. Oh, okay, maybe it's like a deal. There we go. Top 3 films. Okay. There Will Be Blood is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's too hard to pick. Heat by Michael Mann is another great movie. This is another movie that's probably not on my top three, but we just watched this movie, or I rewatched it. There's this movie called Three Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Wyoming, whatever. And I was reading the reviews. I was like, how come this like no one cares about this movie that much? And I think it's really underrated. It's a really well-made movie. I think the reason why people don't like it is because narratively it was like kind of confusing. Like there would be moments where the antagonist becomes the protagonist, and then the antagonist helps the protagonist, and then there was moments where like there's like just a sequence. It's like you're shifting perspectives between all these different characters in a small town, but I don't know. I just thought they did a really good job at making the characters feel like genuine, you know, not necessarily realistic, but empathetic, you know, even the bad guys to some degree, not all the bad guys. So I would recommend that movie if you haven't seen it. Oh, and the actress in that movie, I forget her name, but she was also in Fargo. Fargo is also one of my favorite movies. So, actually, I'd say Fargo is probably like in my top three. Actually, I used to watch that movie a lot. No Country for Old Men is a pretty good movie too. Yeah. Margarita. Someday I'd like to see your artistic take on my MTV's 1994 The Head. Every time I see your stuff, I sing it in my head. I want my MTV. You know, maybe the reason why I haven't done something like that yet is because I never grew up watching MTV because we didn't have it in Canada. Or, I mean, maybe if you had like special cable, you could get it. But we had something called Much More Music or Much Music, which was sort of similar, and you know, it makes me kind of like, it's kind of strange how like there isn't like something like that anymore, really. I mean, I guess there's MTV. It's just because it's on television, I guess, it's a dying medium. It becomes, you know. But I remember back then they used to just play music videos. All it was music videos. And you know what's really weird? Like I was just trying to like find music videos on YouTube the other day, and unless I like look up a specific artist and like type music video in it, there's nowhere that I can find just like music videos. And I mean, not just like music with like, you know, those like loops or whatever, but like actual music videos directed by directors. Like they would hire someone, like Aphex Twin hired this guy Chris Cunningham, who made some excellent commercials in the 90s, I think, or the early 2000s, and then he made all these super weird music videos for Aphex Twin. Like it still happens, but like Where do you go to find that stuff? Maybe I'm just old, you know? I don't know how to use this stuff. You know, I feel like Spotify, you would think that Spotify would be like, here's like the latest music videos, right? And then like, it's not really their thing, you know? Video's like an afterthought to them. Cunningham actually was a big inspiration for me when I was a lot younger. That kind of stuff. I'm not really sure what he's up to these days, though.
What is that, a Bobby Hill fish?
Is it? It's not Bobby Hill.
It's like Bobby Hill?
You look like Bobby Hill.
Yeah, that's not nice. You look like Bobby Hill. I disrupt.
Yeah. Spotify, I mean, you know, I subscribed to it a couple years ago, and I don't think I can go back because it's way too convenient, and pretty much every music, I'm discovering a ton of new music on there. But there's a few features I wish they would have, like sometimes if you're playing music that's in a playlist, you can't block a track. Like if you hear a song you really hate, and there's no way to like tell the algorithm to not like play it again, ever. On the phone, there's like a dislike button sometimes, but not always. And then on their desktop app, there's like nothing. So it's like they got like inconsistent features across the different platforms, and I don't know, whatever. I've kind of just resorted to just making my own playlist with music that I enjoy listening to, and I leave it at that pretty much. Mammy, what's your take on the film Fantastic Planet? It's like a living animation of the gardens of the earthly delights. I haven't seen it, man. I know it's a pretty popular movie, but I haven't seen it. Fantastic Planet. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, I've seen clips of this. I haven't seen the full film, though. Yeah, it's definitely got a really cool style. Kamal Menzuki? What are your main instruments? Okay, so the one I use a lot now is right here. It's a ASM Hydrosynth. So, but otherwise, I don't really play instruments. I play the drums. I've been learning to play the drums, but I haven't recorded anything with them. I use software VSTs though. I like using violins and violas and cellos. I like all the string instruments a lot. For some reason I really don't like like brass instruments. Like I don't care for. Sometimes I hear them in like like a movie soundtrack, and it just sounds cheesy sometimes. And it's not necessarily the brass instruments themselves. It's how they arranged the track. You know. Maybe I just need to open my mind a bit more about. And yeah, but I don't know. I don't know what it is. I really love string instruments a lot. So I use a lot of string instruments, and I feel like they work well with synthesizers. They kind of pair. Like I feel like a synthesizer is almost like a string instrument in some regards, because if you're like bending, it depends on how you play it, obviously, but I feel like you can play it kind of like a string instrument. Hey, Just Me, thank you for that. Yeah, man, and I'm looking for it next week. On the 28th is a EP coming out with some new music. And you know, I don't like plugging my own Patreon stuff, but if anyone were to sign up, you would have access to it right now, because I released it early to people on Patreon. But if not, you can wait next week, and it will also be free to download, because I'm going to give it away for free. Even though I spent some money on this one. I get this live piano, live violin, live viola, and an amazing acoustic guitar recording. Sorry, his name is by Conal Early, who is an Irish guitarist, musician. So we got a lot of people working on this EP that it's going to be coming out, but it will be free, because I want people to have something to listen to they can download, you know, throughout the winter time. And I know a lot of people are not, like, it's just, I don't know. I'm just happy that people listen to my music, so. All right, let's see. I got my fish here, and I think the fireplace is going to be in the center. And maybe instead of a fish being cooked on the fireplace, maybe this would be a human skull or something. But this guy needs to be smoking, apparently. Deus Rex. Keep up the good work. Hey, thanks, Deus Rex. Appreciate that. What am I doing? I'm drawing a fish smoking next to a fire pit. I was working on an animation earlier for my series, but then sometimes I just can't focus, so I'm just doing something random right now. That was suggested by the viewers in the description. I mean the live chat. Hold on, let me turn off the fish for now. I mean, for those, I mean, I feel like, you know, sorry. Anyways. Apparently, boards of Canada write music almost every day, but they feel no pressure to release any of it. I can relate to some of that, but that's interesting that they make so much music that they, you know, that they're just sitting on, probably, you know? I wonder why, because maybe it's just they're very perfectionist about how their music sounds, perhaps. I've kind of, I was kind of used to be a little bit obsessive about that sort of thing when it came to my music and like artwork and stuff, but music more so, where I would kind of, it would have to be perfect, you know, perfect this and that, and I've kind of resigned a little bit from that idea, and now I'm just gonna release music a lot more frequent and not worry so much about whether or not it's the best thing I've ever made, you know? Because with music, a lot of times the thing that you didn't spend that much time on, or the thing that you don't even necessarily think is the best, ends up being your most popular track. And you know, rather than me deciding and gatekeeping my own music, I just put it out there, and if people connect with it, then great, you know. If they don't, then who cares? Like, it's not like I don't have an unlimited amount of upload space for, you know, I could make 100 albums if I wanted to. Obviously, you can take it too far and put a whole bunch of horse shit out, but I don't think anything I'm putting out is horse shit. But, you know, is it like this amazing thing that I think it's going to do so? I don't know. I just put it out now, you know? Who cares? Let the fans decide, right? I think us artists tend to judge ourselves the hardest. It's true. You know, I think that you can overdo it sometimes, and sometimes you do it so much, you overdo it so much that you kind of stifle your own creativity. Artists can kind of be their own enemy in some regards, you know. But at the same time, if that's how you are as an artist, then that's how you are. You know, that's how you create your art. It doesn't. There's no real rules to how you should be doing things. It's kind of like that Giorgio de Chiro guy who made those really famous paintings of kind of surrealist kind of landscapes and stuff, and then he like later in life decided that was bad, so he just drew like flowers, painted flowers or whatever. Like, I mean, I feel like for most artists, you're creating art because you want to fulfill some sort of creative thing for yourself primarily, and if other people connect with it, then that's a bonus, you know? Like, I don't create artwork like my music because I know, oh, someone will like this. I just do it because it's what I want to make, you know? Kind of the same thing applies with my animations too. I mean, there's sometimes I'm obviously like, yeah, I know this idea I have is probably gonna do pretty well, and that was the Thomas the Thermonuclear Bomb video. But it was like it was just something I wanted to do because it was funny and silly at the time, you know. It wasn't like, okay, so I got my fish here, my little fire. Let's see, these letters together. Maybe I'll animate the fire at least. This needs like another stick or something, I think. Yeah. You ever watch any of the NFB's videos? There's some old great ones. I haven't really, man. I mean, I have definitely probably seen some from film school and stuff, but I don't really check out the NFB stuff anymore. I have no idea what they do these days. Hey, Demosphere, thanks for the comments. One of the problems when you actually start making art is you might realize you have nothing to say and have no artistic identity. I mean, like for me, it's what do you want to draw? Like, what do you want to create? You know. When I made the interface and I started making interface, I wasn't like, this is what I want to say. It was just like, I want to draw a pink noodle guy run over to this guy and smack a cigarette out of his hand. And then the idea developed as time went on, you know. X, I'm bored, so here's money. It seemed very chill. Hey, X, thank you for this super chat. I appreciate that, man. Or lady, I don't know. Gypsy Pirate. Hey, thank you for that too. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Okay, let's see here. My fish. I need to color him in. Okay, if the fire is orange and red, then maybe he should be light blue. I don't know. I've been thinking of changing my colors up a bit too. How do I come up with such creatures? Well, I don't know. It's just a fish with a face on it. I mean, I didn't really. It doesn't really look like a fish. Kind of looks more like a cat fish. Maybe it's a catfish. Maybe. There we go. Oh yeah, now he looks distinguished. That's kind of how I do things. Just draw some weird looking thing until it looks funny. Hey, just me. Thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate that too. Okay, let's work on some fire now. So, in case you are a Photoshop worker, if you work in Photoshop, whatever, and you animate in Photoshop, there's a little trick I developed. Well, I didn't develop it. I figured it out. Basically, if you want to have a quick way to... Hold on, let me just get these layers lined up. 1, 2. Okay. So if I make a new video layer here, you can apply a style to the video layer, such as outer glow, and now when I draw, everything has an outline, and it's got a very particular, it's just the black outline, but see how the pixels are kind of blurry and stuff there? I think, let's see, precise. Yeah, it doesn't work very perfectly, but at like small sizes, it won't make the pixels blurry, I think. But that's weird though. Usually it doesn't do that. I think there might be something I'm missing here. Range? I think that's what it is. Yeah, just bring the range down. We also have to make sure the mapping looks like this. Now it's always going to be pixelated. It's just a quick way to have it like an outline. But the reason why now, so I can draw fire quickly. Onion skinning. Should also make the background just a color so I can see what I'm doing. This is kind of cool, but then I might want to have a few pieces of fire that go up into the sky. Or am I going to animate later? Probably not. I'm just going to do this little thing and call it quits for the day. I did a little shot I can show you, actually. Which is this one. But it's not very, not refined yet. I need to touch it up. There's a few things about it I want to change. So. What is your favorite quote, man? Sorry, Margaret. I don't really have favorite quote, you know. Is the crowd all layers done by hand or a rigged system like particles? The crowd is, I mean, I guess the flowers is what you're talking about. The flowers are individual animations that look like this. And then in the composition, I have them stacked up, as you can see right here. And then I used CC repeat tile so that it would repeat them horizontally. And then I kind of made them move around, like at the position. Sorry. So the flowers kind of move like this within the comp. And so you stack them together, and then I think I offset them a little bit, and then I control them all using nulls so that they're easier to move around. That's basically it. So it's not a particle system. That would have been really hard, I think. I don't like the color of the background, so oops. See what we can do about that. Let's make it white for now, I guess. So actually, this fish, I believe, if there was a fire in front of him, you should see some shimmering ripples of highlights. On its scales from the fire, don't you think? I don't know how well it's gonna look. Test. Yeah, probably 2. I screwed up. Oh no, that's good. And the side of his head would have something to do with it. That's better. Maybe even his tail. You know, I don't know what I'm going to use this fish for, but maybe I'll work him into an animation or something, you know?
Hi.
Hi, sweetie.
My buns look good.
Do they?
Yeah.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I got an extra frame here for some reason. Probably throwing things off. Anyways, yeah. Appreciate it, trying to get me more subs, just me. Do you release videos as they are finished? Or do you hold on to them? Christian, I usually finish an animation and then I hold on to it for about 24 hours because I can't resist posting it immediately. I don't like have a backlog of animations, but I do have like half finished animations that I never finished that I just didn't feel in the mood to finish, or maybe I feel like I'll finish them some other time. With more recently though, with my series, I'm trying to, like, if I finish something, I'll put it out like a week and a half or a week later, just so that I have enough time to do all the thumbnails properly, do the subtitles, you know, and because you know, it's like you spend like so long working on an animation, and then you put it out. And then the next like 24, 48 hours, you're like, scrambling to upload subtitles. People uploaded, and you get a lot of comments and questions, and people emailing you and stuff. So now I kind of miss my series, and also, well, now I have to wait a little bit because when I'm putting out an episode now, the music is simultaneously released on Spotify, so I have to wait like about 2 weeks so that I can submit it to the editorial team and stuff, and it takes a while to get into the system. How did he make a bonfire without thumbs? Questions we never answer. Used his machete to make it. I really like this kind of catfish character. I like how he's also blue and smoking a cigarette, like it's like Henrik if he was a catfish. Maybe I'll change his color so that people don't associate him with Henrik. But he's actually a different shade of blue anyway. Henrik is the dark blue plus this kind of turquoisey color. And this light blue is like a new color, so I don't know. Overthinking it, Alright everyone, I'm gonna stop. It's Sunday night. I hope you guys have a good week. Take it easy, and we're supposed to have a big snowstorm here tonight. I don't know if it's gonna happen. Thanks everyone for the support. I really do appreciate that. And so next week, I think the 28th. Let me just check. Calendar. Yeah, the 28th. EP is coming out on my YouTube channel, so you can listen to some music. And that will be it. When's the next live stream? I don't know, man. I don't really plan them, so I just do them randomly, I'm not really a big live streamer, Just kind of do things. Make the fish multicolored. Hey, I kind of like that. Maybe he'll be like a rainbow trout, with a mustache. Rainbow catfish. Okay, guys. Thanks again. Talk to y'all next time. Bye-bye.
You're watching UMAMI.